It finished even Stevens between Crystal Palace and Spurs in a London derby of sorts. Janusz Michallik here with me to look onto that one. Janusz, a point on the road for Spurs always sounds like a good thing that Jose would be happy with, but then coming from behind to at least rescue a point at home sounds good for Crystal Palace as well. So which of the two sides would be happier with this result?
Well, I think you have to say Crystal Palace, of course, because of the heroics of Vicente Guaita. I mean, early on, I'm sure Jose Mourinho is going to talk about the first 20 minutes and the three chances that Spurs had, right? In Dombele had an unbelievable chance early on. I think Reguilon over the crossbar, and then Harry Kane was saved as well on a header. And of course, that led into the only mistake that Guaita had made on the goal itself. And but if you look at Palace, I mean, there's no doubt that they had their own chances. There's also no doubt that I think the supporters finally being in the stadium helped a little bit, because it is a specific stadium. It's a smaller one, and at the best of times, it's a difficult place to go to Selhurst Park. But I think it did help a little bit, and I hope I'm not making too much out of it. But in the end, I think Jose Mourinho will enjoy once again that that little bit of positive arrogance that's seeping in from the touchline onto the pitch with Spurs, right? Because they've had a difficult run of games. I think he won't be happy with not having a clean sheet, because I mean the results he's had against Man City and Chelsea and Arsenal were superb, and he was close here to another clean sheet, and I think he'll probably be sour about that.
That's true. I mean, Spurs almost very nearly went 8 hours without conceding so far. So that's something that we know Jose Mourinho would hold dear to his heart. But either way, Spurs did dominate the second half. That's Crystal Palace came back, the first half rather. Crystal Palace came back in the second half, especially in those last about 20, 15 minutes. Anything Spurs could have done differently to try kill off the game before that probably would have Jose a bit happier today?
Well, I don't want to take anything from Crystal Palace, because they had their chances. As it was superb, right? And Zaha and Benteke, their physicality caused problems as well. But I think there was a moment there for 20, 25 minutes in the second half where Spurs stopped playing. They allowed Crystal Palace the initiative, and you can see right away what happens when you concede. When Spurs did concede, the game changed again. So I think that consistency within the game, I think it's important. And let's not forget that this was a much different game, Alexis, wasn't it? I mean, here you are coming after playing the big teams where Jose Mourinho and Spurs were happy to concede possession and play on the break against Man City, Chelsea, and Arsenal. Now you're going against Crystal Palace. You have to change your mindset a little bit to possess the ball, which of course Spurs can do, but it's different knowing that midweek you have to go to Liverpool and play the way that you actually like again. So I think, I don't know how much that weighed in on their minds as well, but to change that mentality sometimes it causes you to drop points. And look, I mean, Crystal Palace, it's never going to be easy. You take the point and run ahead of this Liverpool game.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.